Hey everybody, welcome to another M365.video SharePoint short. This is David Warner. Today we're going to keep talking about optimized package bundling in connection with custom JS chunk names and how we can combine chunk bundles if that was desired. So in this part 2 video, we're going to begin by quickly reviewing what we accomplished in the part 1 video, which was to simply control the name of our JavaScript bundles when we optimize our packages. Then we're going to see a demo of how we can combine those optimized chunk bundles into single bundles instead of individual bundles per library if that is desired. As a brief review of what we accomplished in part 1, we were able to customize the name of our JavaScript chunk bundles when we utilize optimized package bundling. This improves debugging and telemetry. As you can see here on this slide, using default bundling without custom chunk bundle naming, all we see is our bundles with a nonsensical numeric unique value. But as you can see in this slide, by utilizing the Webpack chunk name magic comment, we're able to actually apply a custom name to our chunk names. So we see WD import jQuery is representative of importing the jQuery library. WD import moment is representative of us importing asynchronously the moment library. Now, if you've not yet watched part 1 of this video series and this functionality seems a little confusing, definitely take a pause of this video and go watch part 1, which will help describe and provide a demo of exactly what we've reviewed here now. So having reviewed what we accomplished in part 1 of this series, the best next question is, what exactly is combined JS chunk bundles? Well, it's taking multiple asynchronously imported libraries and combining them into a single JavaScript bundle. In our part 1 demo, we gave each library we were importing, in this case jQuery and Moment, a separate Webpack chunk name. This allowed them to be individually bundled and then asynchronously and individually imported. But what if, in our scenario, we know they're only ever going to be used together? Do we really need them to be in separate files making separate asynchronous network calls? What if we wanted to combine them into a single asynchronous bundle? So let's take a look at a demo of how we can combine our optimized bundles into a single JavaScript chunk bundle. We're still going to utilize the Webpack chunk name magic comment, but we're going to combine these two separate libraries into one single asynchronous bundle. So here we are in VS Code. Now we're using the demo just as we left it in part 1. We can see that we've got two separate asynchronous await functions, each of them importing jQuery and Moment, and each utilizing a separate Webpack chunk name that will allow our individual bundles for each library to be named with a custom name. And just to help us refresh our memory of exactly what this functionality is going to accomplish, let's jump into the browser and see exactly what's loaded by utilizing a separate name. So here we are in our browser with our web part loaded. We know that what should happen is when we click Load Async Bundles in Display Current Date, that it should asynchronously pull in each individual bundle for both jQuery and Moment. So we'll go ahead and click the button, and we see that that's exactly what has happened. The individual bundles have been asynchronously imported, and it's working successfully. So now that we're back in VS Code looking at the functionality for asynchronously bundling our two libraries, let's re-ask the question. Since we're only ever going to utilize these two libraries together, what if we wanted to still asynchronously import them, but only have them combined in a single JavaScript file? What's super cool is that to accomplish this combined JavaScript bundle is as easy as it was to customize the name. We simply take the Webpack chunk name property and change its value from a separate file for each imported library to the same value. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll call it WD import jQuery and Moment, and we'll apply that to each of the imported libraries and save. What this is effectively going to do is tell Webpack when you bundle your SharePoint solution to combine these into a single bundle. It will still asynchronously be loaded when we click the button, but now instead of making two network calls for each library, it's only one single file that's going to be imported. Let's jump over to the browser and see how it looks. All right, we're back in our browser with our web part loaded on our page. We've gone ahead and went straight to the network tab and cleared all the initial loaded results so that we can focus on just the async bundle that's going to be loaded when we click our button. So now we should be able to click that Load Async Bundles and Display Current Date button, and we should see a single bundle loaded for both Moment and jQuery. And let's go ahead and click our button, and success. If we go ahead and zoom in, we can see that our single bundle has been created using the custom name that we defined, wd import jQuery and moment. And so instead of each individual library being bundled into a separate file, they've been combined using the Webpack chunk name and both having the same name. I hope you've enjoyed this part 2 video on how to combine JS chunk bundles. Here's some useful links that also go into more detail on optimized package bundling. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to subscribe in YouTube to get alerts for all my future videos.